Well, Flokk was my first job in the furniture industry, so all in all I've been working for Flokk and in the industry for about a year and 10 months, just under 2 years. By chance really, it was through a mutual friend. I was working in construction beforehand, doing project management, and I fancied a change. I've always been interested in design and furniture, and my friend told me about a few different jobs that were going, so that's how I ended up being put forward for the Flokk job. I think it's two areas. First of all, it would be task seating, like office chairs. And the reason I'm passionate about that is because obviously you've got the aesthetics of the chairs, but also the functionality of how they actually impact on the users' lives, whether it's with well-being or how they sit in the chairs. Also on the design side, we've one of our new manufacturers was Flokk, and I really like the work they do because they kind of get their own individual designers to do individual pieces, so they'd be two of the main areas. What's that? God, it's a really bad one. I actually wanted to be a policeman when I was growing up, but that changed over the years. But yeah, I always wanted to be a policeman when I was growing up. Again, this is a bad one. One of my biggest role models growing up was George Best, the footballer, for his footballing prowess and for nothing else. But yeah, George Best would be my biggest idols. My biggest advice would be lots of work experience. Get involved from the university level, or even if you take the college route, so say through different colleges, I would say get heavily involved with manufacturers, with designers, with architects. Go to all the events. I know that when we have parties here, we get a lot of different students coming from the local universities and from the arts colleges. And again, that's the future coming through, so we do everything we can to give them the information that they need. So I would say just get out there and get talking to different people. A brief background on Flokk. Well, obviously Flokk has had a rebrand. It's just over a year now. Originally we were called Scandinavian Business Seating, and the reason behind that was that we were a Scandinavian manufacturers and we specialised in business seats. As the market changed and as it kind of went a bit further, we realised that first of all, Scandinavian Business Seating wasn't a very sexy name, and secondly we had to really go with the times. So, staying true to our Scandinavian heritage, we rebranded to Flokk, which is actually Norwegian for herd. And obviously we acquired a few new manufacturers that weren't Scandinavian. So we acquired Gyroflex, which is actually Swiss, and we had Profium, which is Polish. So again, they were task seats, so they kind of went into the design and the soft seating. So Flokk is now that we're a herd of brands. So that's how we've got along from Scandinavian Business Seating to Flokk. I was currently using Sophie mesh until one of my new colleagues decided to steal it, so I'm back on my favourite, the Capisco 8106. 2018, I think it was a great year for Hog. We did really well with the Sophie mesh. We won some really big projects. The Sophie mesh is one of the first mesh chairs that we've ever actually manufactured, and we've really hit the UK market quite well. It's done very well globally. And the second one would have to be the Capisco, designed in 1982, went into manufacturing in 1984, and it's still one of our best-selling chairs. And I think that's mainly because of the whole move into height adjustable, the agile working environment. So it works in 3 different styles of heights, and it's just a very versatile chair. If I could be a chair. If I could be a chair, it's not so much a chair, it's a stool. I'd be a carry-on stool from Flokk. Because it's good for social interactions and it's easily moved. It's a bit like myself, so yeah, the carry-on stool by Matthias Steinberg. That's a tough one. I have to stay true to the roots of RH, and I would say that one of my favourite chairs, obviously it's not a very design-led one, but we have the new one coming out soon, would be the RH Logic 400. It's a specialist ergonomic chair. That would be one of my favourites. 2 other things. It's got to be the Capisco chair, and just to be off the wall, I'm going to say the Soundwave panels from Flokk. They're acoustic wall panels, doing different designs as well, and I think that's one of my favourite pieces now at the moment. New products released last year. The big one would be the relaunch of the Futu Mesh. Again, like I mentioned earlier, we only had one chair on the market, which was a mesh chair. That was a Sophie mesh from Hog. So we realised that we needed to get another chair towards our portfolio. So we released the Hog Futu mesh. That chair was originally released, I think, in 2008. Won the Red Dot Design Award in 2010. And we did a collaboration with Chimera Fabrics to do 7 different colours on the mesh back. That's done really well. It's got the same mechanism as the Sophie mesh, and yeah, that would be one of the big ones for 2018. I'm trying to think what else did we release. The Moreo 300. I think that technically has actually come out in 2019, so probably spoke a bit too soon. No, that'd be the main one. The Futu mesh, I think, was one of the big ones.